Hi guys, I'm no fan of Rishi Sunak, and I imagine neither are you. But it seems that the whole culture war that the Tories have been fighting may have included the Prime Minister as part of the collateral damage. Here Professor David Starkey, who has a track record of making racist comments, made another one about Rishi Sunak which saw absolutely no pushback from the two hosts on GB News. I've said before that channels like this have been pushing the limits to what is respectable and even legal. But this has to be crossing a line. Have a listen.
The Prime Minister now has been, in my mind, detached or at least semi-detached from this coronation.
Invisible. And I think one of the reasons that I think a lot has gone wrong, for example, why Parliament has not been properly represented at the coronation of a parliamentary monarchy, is because the government isn't interested, is not interested in the Constitution. You have a Prime Minister, I think, a man of immense talent, of extraordinary skill, but really not fully grounded in our culture. Now, I know that's a difficult and controversial thing to say, but I think it's true. And again, this coronation is going to highlight far too much, I think, our differences rather than what unites us.
What do you mean by that? Do you mean in terms of religion?
In terms of religion, I mean, there's going to be an extraordinary moment. Have you read the service?
Wow. So Rishi Sunak is not grounded in our culture. Is it because he's Hindu? Really? That's it? Like, okay, what's the main question here? The main question is, why is the government not getting involved in this? Is it because they don't care? Well, the royal family and the king are supposed to be apolitical. So it shouldn't be really the case that the government is putting pressure on the king to get political. You know, that's, you know, I would imagine the royal household would push back and say, no, we're not supposed to be political. So this is probably why there's not much of an interaction taking place between Number 10 and Buckingham Palace. But let's get back to the main point here. Rishi Sunak is not grounded in our culture. What is our culture? This is disgusting behavior. And once again, this guy gets away with it because he's on these right-wing media outlets like GB News or Talk TV, where he's able to make such comments and not really receive any pushback. Yeah, she mentioned, what are you talking about, religion? I think it goes a bit deeper when we're talking about this guy here, this professor. It goes a bit deeper than religion. It's like, you know, Rishi Sunak, I'm putting words in his mouth, but I think I'm pretty close to what his actual thinking is here. But, you know, Rishi Sunak doesn't look like us. Is this what he's getting at? He doesn't talk like us. He's not, he doesn't have the same background as we do. And of course, the religion aspect. This is disgusting behavior. And I think, you know, outlets like GB News and Talk TV continue to push this. Now, as I said at the beginning, this is a consequence of Tory culture wars. This is what the Tories have unleashed. A bit like when it came with, you know, to Boris Johnson, they thought it'd be a great idea, unleash Boris Johnson. Actually, we can't control Boris Johnson now. And the same with these culture wars. You want to fight them, but you may not be able to control the narrative eventually, and you're not going to be able to protect members of your party from attacks within these culture wars. And here we have members of GB, or a guest, I should say, on GB News attacking the Prime Minister's religion. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.